Hello. To continue from the previous video recording, this one will show how to take current and voltage readings using multimeter from your circuit. And what I'll do is I will measure current flowing through one of the resistors that from the circuit that I showed in the previous video. And also I'll show how to measure voltage using multimeter with the same circuit. So I know some online students are requested to buy this multimeter Elenco M1700, and that multimeter is basically have the orientation like this, where you can choose to have your DC and AC selected over here, and mostly we'll be working with DC power supply, so it's selected over there. And this entire range, it will give you voltage readings of different ranges. So if you have this knob pointed in this section, it will give you voltage readings, and when you have it pointed over here in this range, it's going to give you the ohms, so resistance values, and this little segment over here will cover the current reading. So if you are using that, the first thing you need to do is you should have probes like this, and that goes into your circuit like that, and you have to plug in these things over here. The red one, if you're taking voltage readings, the red one goes into this place where it says voltage, ohm and ampere and milliampere, and the black one goes always in the middle. When you are measuring current based on what kind of current or how much you are expecting, it could be in the 10 ampere place, or it could be in this milliampere one, the red one. But so far it's just the red one here and the black one here, and based on your current readings you might have to use the red one and plug it into this 10 ampere one instead. So, and you should be seeing the readings over here in the screen. So I had that circuit, the same circuit, where I had the positive and negative supplies coming in, and then the circuit had this small connecting red wire from the positive row coming into the breadboard to connect to the head of R1. So when you are measuring current, the current flowing through the component, for in this case it would be R1, that current has to flow through the ammeter or the multimeter in our case, and has to come back into the circuit. That way we will get the reading that's flowing through that component. So what I have here is I discontinued the circuit from this positive power supply, right? And instead of having it connected directly to the resistor R1, I had it connected to that probe, and that goes to my multimeter, and then comes back into the circuit again through this black one, and the black one connects to the head of R1. So if I look at the reading, it says 2.57 milliampere, and for this I had DCI selected and had my probes connected this way. So you will need to do the same thing for your multimeter. You have to have this knob pointed into the ammeter sector, ampere sector, and then based on what kind of reading you're receiving, you can change to see different ranges of reading for current. But most importantly, the circuit has to be in this way. If you're measuring the current for the second R2 resistor, you have to take out R2 from that column, have a small connecting wire come out from that same position or on the same column somewhere, and have it connected to this to your probes like that, to the red one, and then have the black one connected to the resistor itself. So just to be clear, to measure current, discontinue your circuit right before the component, have the current flow through your ammeter and come back to your circuit again. The voltage reading, however, is going to be very easy and slightly different. We do not need to do anything in the circuit. It stays the same as I've shown you in the video before. You just hold these probes across the component. So in our case, if I went for voltage reading for, let's say, R2 over there, first of all I will change my red one from here to this one where it says voltage, ohm, and everything else, yeah, it goes in like that. Right, the black one stays there, and over here as well I will change it to DC voltage range, and over here you will need to get it back into the voltage range sector. And then I will have my circuit get rid of this probes right now. Right, so the circuit is back in the same way it was before, and to take voltage reading I'll just hold negative and the probes. Let's say this is convenient for me to hold, so I'll just go and hold this across the component. And over here I'm seeing 0. Actually let it stabilize, 0.078 something like that millivolt. So just hold it across the component properly and you should see the voltage reading. The circuit stays into the breadboard, nothing has to be taken out. Thank you.